Hey guys, welcome back to a new episode of Blackmire. I hope you guys enjoyed the little talk to our last video, where I showed you a little bit around and told you guys about what was gonna happen, or shared my ideas with you all of what I had plans for the park. So if you guys still haven't seen it, or some of you, um, go and check it out, guys, and see how the park looks. Without all this speed build and cinematic shots I gave you. So yeah, but anyways, I told you guys that I wanted to have some cranes in Blackmire. So I dedicated this episode to two cranes I'm gonna make today. The first one you'll see me here in the start making, which is basically just a little bit bigger one. It's actually more of a contraption. It's a little bit of both, where it gives like this sort of it gives a level on a height level in the mountain when I place them up there, and it actually looks super cool to have them around, and it also gives some sort of realistic feel to it. That I mean, to build this city, they had to move things up and down and left and right, and so it kind of makes sense that all these cranes is placed around this mountain town here, and also a little bit around Blackmire as well. And I just have that feeling that whatever I can do that can spice up this area to look more industrial, then I think I should just go for it. And I think this crane here and the other one I make later on is definitely they definitely do the job, and it definitely makes Blackmire even more busier in that way. And it just it just spice up the area, and especially the mountain town whenever I place them up there. So but yeah, guys, the way I'm doing this one is basically just a lot of iron. I use a lot of the other pieces I've used in all the other contraptions I've made, and I'm just trying to make it look some sort of realistic, that like the chain are moving, and it moves, like it's movable in that way that you can take it forward or move the crane a little bit left and right. Unfortunately, it's a little bit of a shame we don't have some sort of a mechanic that can do these things, where it can actually move left and right. And we have that robot dog, or what it is in this game. I'll probably use it somewhere, maybe in the slum area. But for now, it's just gonna be these custom-made cranes contraptions I'm making. I'm doing a little bit of everything too in this episode, guys. I'm detailing, as I always do, a little bit around. I also go into the station or the coaster and make a little bit on the queue, which I will come to in a sec. But here I'm actually just adding those rotating wheels on, a little bit of those iron bits, and just trying to make it feel like that this has a purpose, and it looks kind of realistic in that way, that things are moving around on it, and just a lot of movement always does something to it. And especially also with the wind turbines I have, and then you have the chairlifts going on as well. The chairlift in some way kind of get this function now, that it just feels nice to have it there now. It really does something to it, also especially because of that mechanics with the rolling wheels and all on it. Yeah, it definitely does something. You will of course see what I'm talking about with the chairlifts and all that in the end with the cinematic shots. But anyways, I finished that crane pretty quick. It wasn't super tedious work at all. It was pretty. It went quite alright with it. I do make a bigger one later on, which is very more tedious, and yeah, it's just it took a lot of time to build, but I like the end result of it nonetheless. But here I'm kind of enclosing the queue here. I wanted to make this sort of little prep room-ish, where you have the guests going through before you enter the station. So I'm making this sort of little entrance here to some sort of yeah, I don't know, we can call it an office or just a little room of something, which I will come back to and detail a lot more. I'm not detailing this up a lot today. I just had an idea that I wanted to try out at first, and it came out quite nice. What I'm doing is that I'm using the vintage fence for kind of like making this archway as I did on the boat ride. And I'm also did here, you can see it on the top here, we're making this sort of little archway with the vintage fence. And I'm doing that right here as well, but here when it goes down with the stairs, I kind of make it so it kind of get enclosed, and then the coaster comes on the top here. Which I actually really thought was a neat idea, and it looked super cool when it's done. You see me start on it here a little bit. Of course, it's a little bit, it's not angled a lot or straight angled this, so I had to like put all of it in pretty much different buildings so I could move them in the grid I wanted, basically, as you can see here. And I kind of like now that the end of the coaster is kind of closed in. You actually don't see it. It kind of feels nice to it. Of course, I found out that a little bit. It doesn't clip, but it's very close to this little corner, as you see here, which I will probably do a little bit about, but that will be for another video. But yeah, I'm actually just detailing up a little bit here, guys, adding those small things that I wanted to do and kind of closure it in. As you can see, trying to make a nice little entrance from the queue to the other queue here, where it feels like you are on the top and then you kind of like go below, and then down there I'm gonna put like a lot of minor details, you know, barrels, all that kind of stuff, so it feels like it's some sort of a prep room, as I said, but just so there's stuff going on in there. And also have that little door. You saw me place a door on that wall there. I'll probably, as I said, spice that up too. For now it was just this area I wanted to close in, and it looks super cool having the coaster coming on the top there, almost kissing the fence a little bit, but it doesn't, but it just still looks super nice. I'm still in a little bit of a, how do you say, I know what I wanted to do with the theming. It's just where to start, and right now I'm just feeling so much other stuff in this park than the coaster itself. So I don't know when the coaster, the POV or the coaster itself will ever be finished. Of course we will get there at some point. But for now I'm just in a groove of going otherwhere with this project for now. But as you see, I'm just doing a little bit of stuff here, not a lot. I don't know. This stuff might even be stuff that I go in and change up. But I'm just trying to getting some sort of a little picture on the whole thing here of what I wanted to do. And here I'm kind of also wanted to enclosure it. I thought it was kind of dull up here, or how you say it. It felt like something was needed. So I just made this sort of enclosure up here as well. And then I feel like I can place a lot of small detailing up here too. Maybe even some iron boilers and stuff. But of course the coaster comes by here, so I don't want to put too much stuff here. I have to make sure there's no clipping and all that. But anyways, it's gonna look good in the end, I'm pretty sure. But here I'm just trying to finishing off those small holes I have around to connect all the walls together and all that. And then in the end, I think I'll probably do this in a long time still. And then when I have all the walls set and the small detailing, or not the small detailing, but the basic detailing on where I want these rooms and so on to be, then I can start do the minor detailing. So but yeah, that's mainly just what I've been doing here, guys, on this little queue to the coaster itself. I also do some stuff that also includes the coaster, theming wise. Um, but I'm not quite sure yet if that's the way I wanted to go, but I will explain that a little bit more. Um, I'm trying to, as you can see here, put in some ground, so I kind of have, to get that image, as I said, also with the walls. So I know basically what I want to do here and how much stuff I can place here without it clipping with the coaster and all that stuff. So, but yeah, here guys, that's what the part I was talking about that also includes a little bit of the coaster theming. I did make this little of a circle tower, but I'm not gonna use this here. So that's gonna be removed. I'm just gonna make a square one instead. But here, the reason why I did this here was it was also because the glass parts, I couldn't get them to connect properly without it looking super weird, and because for me, it was super annoying to me. So I had to do something. So I don't know what you guys think about this. That I kind of like clipped a little bit through the glass building here, but I kind of make it look like it was purpose, like it was a purpose to it. And then I felt like that this could be the entrance for the employees and still be some sort of a little steampunk building itself too. And after I did it, I think it kind of adds up a nice atmosphere. And of course, as soon as the building was done, I felt like that this area was totally plain, so I had to do a lot of stuff. So I made that thing I did over at the generator part, where I made a hole down to the sewer with the pipes and all the mist coming up from it, and some cable lines, and yeah, a lot of stuff I'm doing here. But anyways, guys, I will give you some music for now, and I will return after that and talk a little bit more. So enjoy, guys, and see you soon. Alright guys, welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the music. As I said, I'm doing a little bit stuff here on the inside too of the coaster for this building, which is something I wasn't 100% sure if it was gonna be a thing. But I think if I kinda can do something to mix something together with this sort of nice entrance this building have compared to it being inside of a factory, I might be able to do something, or otherwise I'm just gonna kind of remove that facade that it has on that building and maybe just make a factory-ish, some sort of facade on the building inside of the factory. I hope you guys understood what I meant. But yeah, as I said, after I kind of finished the building, I felt like this area was just like super plain. So I just went in and made some of the usual detailing you've seen me done some places else, where I made like some sort of entrance to a sewer, and kind of like made these, as you see here now, kind of made this some sort of a, I can't remember the English word for it, but I made this in like gitter that looks where you can see like down to the sewers where there are some pipes and some mist coming up and all that stuff. So I'm super happy when this place is kind of finished. I also placed a little bit of water down here because I thought it kind of made a nice idea to have some water down there too, because it is on the below, like it is where the water is too. Here it's not on the mountain side yet, so I thought it was a nice thing to do. I know you literally don't see it so much unless you just look on the top. But anyways, it does a nice effect to it if you look at it there. So I'm super satisfied with this little thing. And as I said, these things will probably be added some more places around Blackmire, because it definitely gives a nice feeling to it too, to have these sort of is it sewer, is it drain pipe, I don't know. Write in the comments guys if you know what it is called, and I know it for next time so I don't make a fool out of myself here. But anyways, I'm just trying to adding the details here guys, you know, some industrial vibes going in here. Yeah, basically just the same detailing I place around the entire areas. I'm pretty sure that this area, I mean, this is kind of like the vibe I want to get also here in the town. So I'm also gonna add some few more buildings around the dome here. Not that goes inside of it though, but just on the outskirts of it. Because I really want this compact thing where I have some pipes and cable lines going across each other, and yeah, you know, the same old same here. Because as I said in the other video, also where the little triangle shop building is, where there's like a shop on each side. I want some small compact buildings there too, to kind of have this sort of little main street with a lot of buildings, and also I want this area kind of to feel like the city center of this entire industrial thing. But that's also for another video. That was just like an idea I just wanted to share with you guys. And here I'm just trying to add some scaffolding and all that stuff. I think I might go in and add a bunch of scaffolding, a little bit of everywhere, because you see that a lot in steampunk cities, especially industrial towns, that there's this so many scaffolding. It's basically not super shiny as this, so maybe more rusty and all, but I guess in the trashy slum area I could possibly make some woody metal-ish scaffolding pieces over there, so I'll probably do that. Here I was struggling a little bit with the cable line going to the building, but then I thought, what if I just add a little thing onto the building here, so it doesn't need to have the cable line all the time, or the stander it stands on. Yeah, I don't know if that was a word even while I said there, but anyways. I thought that was kind of neat to do it like that, and then just have it on the other side so they kind of connect on the building itself. I do not add so much steampunk stuff to this so far. I will probably do that the longer in we go into the video, or not into the video, the park I mean. because for now I just wanted it to be, you know, presentable enough for you guys so I can actually show it and I make a little nice cinematic for you guys. So guys, here we are going over to the next crane, which is this is a bigger crane. It's more rustic and majestic crane, which I've also placed a few places around the city. You will also see that the further we go into the video. But this build took, this crane took 2.5 hours or something. So I have put the speed a little bit up on this one. Also, so the video doesn't get super long. But anyways, who are we kidding, right? It's a long one anyway. So, but just not too long, anyways. But I was hitting. I was writing some stuff on Google, on Pinterest. I was trying to make a nice crane for this park here. I find a few ones, so I kind of just connected them all and tried to manage to make one out of my own creativity with these buildings in my mind, or pictures in my mind. And I'm kind of satisfied on the turnout nonetheless. It was tedious work, and also I think at this part, I actually think the axis, it was right after we got the new update. So the axis is actually fixed on this one, which were super nice. But because you've been used to build like this, you usually always check if it is it straight or not, you know. Because yeah, it's an old habit, I think, because you've always worked with that or that messed up axis for quite a while now. But finally it's done, or at least it's back to the same old axis, which is more comfortable working with, and it doesn't piss you off all the time, so it's always nice. But yeah, as you see, guys, it kind of actually have that right now it looks like that from Star Wars. I can't remember its name, but it kind of has that shape to it right now. But it's gonna look totally different when it gets all these kind of cranes and contraptions on it and all that stuff. But since this is a very long build, guys, and I'm actually just putting so many things to this build, I will give you guys a little bit of music again, and then I will pop back when the song is finished. So enjoy the music, guys, and see you soon. Alright guys, welcome back again. Um, as you see here, I'm still messing around with the crane here. I was struggling a lot to have some of the pieces not clipping through some of the other pieces, and it looks a little bit messy some places. But then again, I was like, if it is industrial and all that, it might look okay in the end with if I just make it look proper. But what I'm doing is I'm just trying to add, as I did on the first one, as that I'm basically doing everywhere, trying to give it some sort of realistic feel to it. You see me, I've used a lot of these rotating wheels. I kind of like to make it feel like they're actually moving around, and they're moving the chain that I also place here, just to make it give that feeling that something is actually moving. At first of all, when I finished this crane, because I actually just went in it, as I said, I looked some pictures up on Google and Pinterest. Nothing really spoke to me, but I did find some pictures that I could make this build out of. So it was okay, and then of course I just go around and add my detailing to it, which in the long haul was. I really like some of this metal here. I mean, everything basically just looks like it belongs together, even though some of it looks super. I mean, it's a lot of clutter, but that's also kind of the vibe I'm going for. But even though it's still messy, it still looks normal. So I'm really happy the way this crane turned out. It has a realistic feel to it, and it goes super well with Blackmire. You also see me place it someplace around. I was struggling. That was what I was gonna say at first. That when I build it, I didn't really, cause you see me build it here at a plain area. Cause I really didn't thought about if it would actually look nice in the town, or if it was too big, or if it just looked too weird to have it there. But after I finished it, I took it around, placed it some places, and felt like, nah, this looks too weird. But then again, I found some places where it really did look nice, and I belong there, like above the hanger. You'll see it, see me place it at some place where it just feels nice there, and it also kind of feel realistic that if they have to like fix a zeppelin or something, that they actually have a crane to kind of hold it up or something like that. So it kind of makes a nice touch to it, and it just looks, in my eyes, it just looks super awesome to have something extended the hanger a little bit too, and also whenever there's gonna come so much stuff more around it, it's gonna look super cool. But yeah, as I said here, just adding tons of chains and rotating wheels here to make it look super busy. I didn't really make anything inside of it, like any control panels and such. Maybe I was just too lazy, but I just didn't feel like doing it at all on this one, because you really don't see it, and I just felt like that the purpose of this was mainly just to have some elevation in the mountain town, and also just have these sort of just industrial cranes basically everywhere in the town, to make it feel more industrial as it already is. I did have some thoughts in mind of what I could do, like go around and have some big cranes, like the ones we see today. But then I felt like maybe it would be a little bit too much, maybe it would be too generic. So I felt like I wanted to make some sort of a, rustic look to it. I could possibly have made it more trashy and rusty. But I just felt like making it this color made it feel like more for Blackmire. And also the rusty thing, I want to save that part for more of the trashy area, which I will probably start on soon. I don't know when, but soon, because the ideas keeps on popping to my head. So I might just give it a go at some point and start on it to give that the picture in my head of what I want to do with it. But yeah, I'm mainly just doing the door here inside to the big engine they have inside of this big crane here. And just adding the last detail. And here I thought it would be kind of cool to have some sort of a Blackmire representative brand here. So I just thought Blackmire company would be proper. I don't know if you guys have anything else. I just thought Blackmire cranes was a little bit too generic. But yeah, anyways, this is just, guys, me basically just doing the last things here on this crane. I don't know if I will play some cinematics on it, but I do know that whenever I'm finishing up with the mountain town, I will do, you know, the last proper detailing on some of it, and I'll probably have some of these cranes carrying something, you know, like they're basically having something on their hook, and they are transporting it from another place to another. But yeah, here you see me place them a little bit around, and you see me here placing above the hangar, which looks so cool. You will see it in the cinematics, and I really like the style of it and how it looks now. And just the more detailing I keep on adding to this, just the more what is the word I'm looking for? Natural it looks, in that way that a lot of the things just doesn't really look good when they're super plain. You also see me here trying to decorate or adding the last things to this sort of little hangar here, which I also did some stuff of off camera. You'll see here on the right side, I did start a little bit on the big wall, and also where I said in the start, the chairlift kind of have a good purpose now, because it just feels like it's part of the entire town now, even though I just made this sort of walls to it and all. And I think the more I build, the more impact the chairlift's structure and support will probably have, because I'll probably add some stuff to it too, to give that more steampunk vibe to it, because I really like how the chairlifts are having this sort of influence in the park now, because in the start it just looked super plain with it, but the more I add to it, just the more it adds up as well. So it's really just nice. Here I'm just adding a little bit of detailing to this sort of big wall here. I thought it was a little bit plain, so I just, you know, added a little bit more to give it more cluster. Not so much though, but just a little bit of stuff. And here I finally managed to make a proper stairway that goes further up to the town. Not super good, but it works. And I also add a little bit of additional wall next to the hangar, kind of like to hide away the terrain. And as soon as I do that, it just gives another look to it, which I really like it. And of course, you know, guys, there will come tons of more details everywhere, and I will probably add or build an airship or two more, especially now if the axis is fixed. I should probably give it a go and make some more of those as well, because I feel like it could need some more, because I really like building them and give them some sort of a role, you know, in this sort of Blackmire town. So I might go in and make a little bit of a more smaller royal airship or zeppelin in that way. Might give it a go. So, but anyways, you see here what I was talking about, adding that wall here, kind of to close it in and to give it a nice vibe to it, and also with some buildings on that platform here as well. It will look super cool. I also placed a crane in the back here too, which adds so much to it. I mean, all these small things just add so much stuff to this town and this area here, so I'm really happy for it. But anyways, guys, I'm at the end here. Let me know what you guys think of it all, and hope you guys have an awesome weekend. And yeah, I always appreciate you guys for watching. Take care, guys. Bye.